everybody and welcome to this week's Tune In Tuesday. Most of us are well aware by now of the impacts that are associated with lost or discarded fishing gear in the environment, also referred to as ghost gear. Every year, hundreds of thousands of animals are getting tangled up in this lost and discarded fishing nets. For many animals, this is causing deep lacerations in their body, which leads to infection and ultimately can lead to death. Also, some of these animals that are getting entangled in these nets also breathe air like us, so things like seals, turtles, whales and dolphins, and this can result in them drowning. So it's a massive problem. But what about when these big nets are washed onto the land, washed onto the beaches or into the rivers, and they get buried in sand or mud or whatever other sediment it is? And then every year we see in the winter, when the big storms come, the sands move and the bits of these nets are revealed again. As the years go by, the nets are getting older and older, so more microfibres from the plastic nets are breaking off into the ocean. Now this is of particular concern because these microfibres are so small that it's thought that they're more easily getting into the food chain. Also, because they're fibrous, there's a worry that they're getting retained in the gut of whatever animal is eating them or filter feeding them out of the water column. Which is why it's so important that we focus a lot of effort on removing these nets as soon as they get in. Once they're buried, usually these things are a few tons worth of tangled net, sand, rocks, that kind of thing, and without big heavy machinery, it's very difficult to get them off the beach. Over the last few weeks, we've had a few notifications come through that there's been a big net washed into Damer Bay and it's been buried. Now, it's thought that this net actually got buried about 20 years ago and it's only become revealed after the storms we've been having. So we're going to take a team of volunteers down there and see if we can remove it.
This piece of rope used to stick up through the sand when my son played here when he was 5 or 6. He's 20 now and at uni, and it's taken this long to get it dug out, and it's huge. Look at the size of it, it's enormous. It's fantastic, real good job getting it out. Thanks ever so much.
So I'm now stood in this huge hole where we've managed to excavate that matted bundle of nets, monofilament, ropes, lobster pots, a whole host of really problematic items if they get back out into the ocean. Now this matted lump has been here for up to 20 years, and what we've shown this afternoon is what a team of passionate volunteers can achieve when we work together. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this net and the ropes and everything up to our lab at Treviska and use it for further outreach and engagement to raise awareness of the problems of plastic pollution. We're also going to take segments out of it and give them to the Ghostbusters team because they're monitoring what kinds of nets that we're finding on our beaches along the coastline. So all that's left to say is a massive thank you to everybody that came and helped. Without every single one of you, it wouldn't have been possible. So thanks so much for watching this week's Tune In Tuesday, and I'll see you next week.